Hi, Radio Nova. How are ya? My name is Muthoni Drummer Queen. I am a singer, a rapper, a drummer. I'm based in Nairobi, that's the capital city of Kenya. And I'm excited to be here with you today to share some music, share some vibes, uplift the energy in these corona times. We've been seeing the news. We can see it's pretty bad in France. And I just wanted to do some songs today to give you some vibes and to tell you a little bit about what's happening in Nairobi. But first, the music. This first song is one of my favorite songs. It's about girls getting together to build a legacy with one another, building a business together. It's female friendship. I think female friendship is revolution and is power. Susie Noma, but now there's a sorry. Okay, so now we won't be disturbed because I'm playing the music off my phone. Okay, Susie Noma, let's go. Sit another corner, me and Susie Noma. We ain't got no worries, we are looking like the owners. Sipping on Coronas, looking at our phones. All them pretty boys wanna tell us how they want us. Mambo ni kungoja, aki utangoja. Sinaga my time, sa kuwestina vioja. Planning how we want, take over the world. Riding all the drums and the clap, all the bass goes. Hey, shake it down like. Wait till you see my. Hey, shake it down like. Wait till you see my. Woo! Hey. You really know it and you really wanna show it. Be the way to go. Go and grab somebody, move your body, show somebody. Be the way to go. All this I know, all this I know, all this I know. Oh, 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 oh. All this I know, all this I know, all this I know. Skimming out the corner, me and Susie Noma. We ain't got no money, but we do it how we want now. Painting our nails, tricking our mails. All them pretty boys wanna have us, but they feel like Akim Tango, ya, Leom Tango, ya, Sai to go, Sakunagaza vioja. Planning how we want to take over the world. Writing on the drums and the clap, while the bass goes boom. Shake it down like. Wait till you see my. Shake it down like. Wait till you see my. You really know it and you really wanna show it. Be the way to go. Grab somebody, move your body, show somebody. Be the way to go. All this I know, all this I know, all this I know. All this I know, all this I know, all this I know. Now you wind your waist. Now you screw your face. Exaggerate your waist. Resuscitate the place. Now I let walk off 50-50. Come see. Now I let walk off 50 PSC. Come sa. Tuko tusha mdogo ya ni. Come sa. Hallelujah. What you may even desire. If you really know it and you really wanna show it, be the way to go. Grab somebody, move your body, show somebody. Be the way to go. All this I know, all this I know, all this I know. All this I know, all this I know, all this I know. Okay, so one of the things that I've really noticed about this time in Kenya is that there's a lot of information being sent on WhatsApp. Some of it is like 99% fake. There's some information that's useful, but there's a lot of like rumors and misinformation that's been happening on WhatsApp. So what's really helped me is to find 2 or 3 trusted voices online that I've been following for the information. I've generally stayed away from sort of the statistics, right? Like the big numbers, like how many deaths today, and sort of the crisis and like monitoring the number. And I just found that stuff was giving me anxiety, and it wasn't really doing anything for me. I'm not a policymaker. So there was nothing much that information was doing except like sort of feeding me with anxiety. And so I've chosen to protect the energy of my mind and to protect my sanity and to stay creatively alert, to stay informed so I have the information that I need, and to just stay away from all the other stuff that was just feeding my sense of despair. And I think it's probably a helpful thing for a lot of you guys. So that's been one of my coping mechanisms. This next song I'm going to sing is one of my favorite songs from our album She. She is a 12-track album. It came out in 2018. It's about women. It's songs for women and about women at various stages of their lives. This particular one is called Million Voice. I wrote it for immigrant men and women, but the perspective is of a female immigrant. And I think it's really, I think now the world can start to see that people don't always choose your circumstances. You don't always choose the conditions of your life. And I'm hoping that one of the things that happens going forward is as humanity, we will accept to be more humane in our treatment of each other and in our interactions with one another. With that said, I'd like you to fold your fist like this, wherever you may be. And you say, million voice, million voice, million voice. So that's the chorus, and you're going to help me sing it as soon as I drop it, which is any second now. Fist up in the air. Put your fist up in the air, everybody. Put your fist up in the air. Radio Nova. Put your fist up in the air. Hey, say, the man that makes some noise like a million voice. Oh, the man that makes some noise with a million voice. Can't stop by, won't stop by. Stop by, won't stop by with a million. This one dedicated to my people building something, working hard to make sure that their children will lack for nothing. When them people come around and treat us like a base, I just wanna LOL and tell them to consider all their options. Caution, natural distortion. You can't even kill us, we survive even abortion. Say we cannot make it, watch us how we make it. Watch us in a minute, come and run and overtake it. Clap your hands, can't have enough of it. Soundy way of life. Yeah. Will you clap your hands? Radio Nova, where you at? Come on, come on. Can't have enough of it. Soundy way of life. Make some noise like a million voice. Amanda, make some noise with a million voice. Can't stop by, won't stop by with a million voice. Can't stop by, won't stop by with a million voice. Hey, can I be your leader? Can I be your Caesar? Show you how to make some more, you pledge allegiance. It's low as it me or you are neither. If I show you where I'm coming from, you take a breather. See what you find, what you find, what you find. Guarantee will blow your mind. I'll blow your mind, I'll blow your mind. And then you see the reason I stay on my grind. Clap your hands, can't have enough of it. It's our only way of life. Come on, Radio Nova, clap your hands with me. Can't have enough of it. I see some noise in the comment section, please? Can I see you making some noise in the comment section, please? So for us in Nairobi, we don't have a complete lockdown. What we have is a 7 p.m. to 5 a.m. curfew every day. And it's been helpful to reduce the movement of people at night. When the government started implementing it, they weren't so cool. The police were very brutal with people, and the first day was a shit show. They have since improved their behavior, and we're grateful for that. Generally, most Kenyans are complying with the guidelines that were given. Kenya has taken an aggressive sort of position on fixing on mitigating the spread of COVID-19. So everybody who can work from home is working from home. Non-essential services, are not moving, are not happening, are not being offered, rather. There's still a lot of people who can't work from home just because, their daily income requires them to go and clean somebody's house, or an artisan to make something and sell it. And so generally now in public, everybody has to wear a mask, and everybody has to maintain physical distance, so social distancing. And everybody has to sanitize their hands or wash their hands as often as possible. Washing hands is not as easy because access to clean water, for a lot of residents of the big cities in Nairobi, this is still not something that's real, and actually for a lot of Kenya. So there's been a lot of sanitizer. Companies have come together to produce sanitizer to give away for free or to sell at a very subsidized rate. The information is also being shared in the local languages. We speak about 42 to 43 different languages here in Kenya, outside of English and Kiswahili, which are the national languages. So the information is getting to everywhere in Kenya. I think there's a high awareness of COVID-19, and more importantly, there's a high awareness how to not get it, how to not spread it. Movement in public transport has also been addressed. So all the public transport is operating at half the capacity so that you can maintain physical distance. And overall, I'd say that there's been a true and quick response. Definitely the economy is going to take a big hit, but it's not so much whether the economy takes a big hit as much as human beings are taking a big hit. A lot of people have lost their daily income. A lot of people are going to stay without a daily income for a long time, even after COVID is done. A lot of people who work in companies have been sent home on unpaid leave, indefinite unpaid leave. So there's general anxiety around income and around the future of Kenya and of families. We've also seen a spike in domestic violence. I think I read last week them saying something like 35% of all crime that's being reported now is domestic violence, is rape. Because, homes are not necessarily safe places. We've read in the media that there's, sort of a system, a safe house system in France, and I think that's something really admirable. And there's a lot of community mobilization and organization. A lot of community leaders are doing their best to intervene, to do food deliveries to people's homes. And I'll just say that overall, the idea has been the way we've reacted as society has been fairly collaborative, and there's a lot of mutuality. And so before I sing my last song, I'd just like to say to you guys to when you want to think about what's happening in Africa or in Kenya, look for sources from Africa. Look for Kenyans talking about it. Look for African journalists. Look for the people on the ground who are living those realities. I think be conscious that not everybody's reality is the same, and every country has to respond based on the realities of that country. And I think for me the biggest one is that as human beings, we are all finally seeing what it means to have one common human experience, even if it's negative. And I'm hoping that this challenges us to be more kind and more aware and more compassionate to one another, to tell politicians to fuck off, to really value good leadership, compassionate leadership, timely leadership, and to really remember that the power is in us to build the societies that we want to see or that we love. So I just have one last song to sing, and that's Power, and it has a dope video. You can find all my music on Spotify and all the music videos on YouTube. The name is Muthoni Drummer Queen, and it's really great. It's really great to be here with you guys. You would have us forget, you would have us make it easier, have us regret, you would never say her name, you would have us forget how the mothers pressure feed the sons and daughters caught in torture chambers. Talk about it. Yeah, we've always been great for a long time now, but you always debate for a long time now what a woman should make, what a woman should take, but you never ask a woman what a basic mistake. Now na chenye mimi sitadu ni kuargue na mafala busybody like you. Wale wanafikiria sindiria ni weakness, better ni speakless, actions more witness. Keep saying not the right time, you keep telling us not the right time. Keep saying not the right time, you keep telling us not the right time. I'm my own fix, I'm my own fixer, write my own script, write my own scripture, and I'm so sick, getting more sicker. See the whole mix, see the whole picture. Getting loud, getting louder, getting loud, getting louder, getting loud, getting louder, getting loud, getting louder. Power, 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 sisi ndio power, watoto wa hawa ndio sisi hawa. This time hatuchoki, this time hatuogopi, pesa hatukopi, tena hatusoti. Gumu kunishika kwanza jenga KCB, mna pesa ya kumari but hatujiski. Mtabaki mkicheki, shida mkidibeti, kenyeni na geti, pesa ya kibeti. Ha, who kept the world for us? Who made it work for us? This one's for the women who can be for us. Who made it work for us? Who made it work for us? I'm my own fix, I'm my own fixer, write my own script, write my own scripture, and I'm so sick, getting more sicker. See the whole mix, see the whole picture. Getting loud, getting louder, getting loud, getting louder, getting loud, getting louder, getting loud, getting louder. You would never say her name, you would have us forget. You would never say her name, you would have us forget. You would never say her name, you would have us forget. Talk about it. You have never been straight, you keep telling us wait, then you switch up the day to mechoka. Then you tell us we hate one another, you blame us, you keep trying to shame us, to erase us. Ooh, you would have us believe there is something too big we could never achieve. Ooh, you would have us believe there is something too big we could never receive. Eh. More power to you, Radio Nova fam. Our new album is still gonna come out sometime this year, quite soon actually. So follow us, Spotify, iTunes, Deezer, Muthoni Drummer Queen, Instagram Muthoni Drummer Queen, Facebook Muthoni Drummer Queen, and let's stay connected.